The SUT is hands down my favorite model of all H2 models. So I do like this one. I want to showcase it briefly. Local customer, great guy. He's been driving this thing from Montana. Welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in. Got an exciting one today. We're gonna be bouncing around a few trucks, getting you some updates on some of the builds you guys have been asking about. A little quick update on this one, or check in on this build behind us. It's a truck we built quite a while ago. It's prepping for a long trip with his RV in tow. So he's doing some maintenance. We're doing a half shaft upgrade. He does have our geared hub heat sinks already with our sight glass in there. So you can keep an eye on that small quantity of gear oil that's in those geared hubs. Something that I'd like to address, look at before any longer runs. Again, kind of like what we touched on previous episode on the spindle nut. That's a very crucial thing. You know, those geared hubs go through quite a lot of work with the 2-to-1 reducer in there. They're transferring a great deal of power, especially when you have the Duramax under the hood like this rig is equipped with. Another upgrade we're doing is a maintenance slash upgrade. The body mounts, or the cushion mounts for these vehicles always deteriorate. You know, this is a 2000, so it's got 20 years on those body mounts. Let's come back here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're opting to upgrade from the rubber to a polyurethane. Newer style bushing. It's gonna hold its height, hold its support much better than deterioration you see in the rubber mount. Now, if you can picture the size difference there. As that collapses, you have to chase it by tightening that bolt. So this is gonna get you back to the factory height. It's gonna have the consistency for years to come. That's something that's crucial with this vehicle because he is touring the United States with a high-end trailer behind him. He's having a blast with this vehicle. So you also see as we're here, our Fox supplemental shocks. These are a great fit when you complement it with the manual adjusting shocks in the factory location. This truck gets put through its paces, both off-road and on-road touring the United States with the trailer behind it. This is the one that has that bug-out gear that we highlighted on one of the previous episodes with the inverter, all the battery rack, everything else up there to really be self-sustaining H1. Pretty cool build. I want to grab a takeoff part real quick so you guys can see firsthand the aluminum billet machined in-house heatsink for a geared hub. Another thing I want to point out while we're back here, if you peek past the spring there and those remote reservoir shocks, this has our Willwood 6-piston brake kit. Great brake upgrade, especially in this application where it's towing a decent sized trailer. Phenomenal setup. This truck is outfitted, ready to go. All right, I want to drag you guys back to Fab, meet with Josh. He's putting together our Guardian center seat. It's a seat that Ryan developed a couple years back that takes the support from the regular lap belt of our jump seats to a 3-point harness. I love this. I was a fabricator for years. This is the second home for me. We have Josh, key member of the build out of the exoskeleton. Josh, what you got going on?
Right now I'm actually working on these, the Guardian seat brace. So this bolts to the Guardian seat mount right here, which bolts to the transmission tunnel. And then you can then bolt a seat right here. Basically this houses everything you need for your seat belts. That way you can be as safe as possible while riding. In the truck, we have these 3 bolt holes right here. We have the retractor, the shoulder bolt, and then where the bottom retainer bolt goes. So that way you can pull the seat over, click it in, and be nice and tight in case of an accident. Pretty straightforward, really.
Yeah, no, I like this part. Like I said, I'm a family man. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
Give it a little while.
A little early.
But it's a great addition. You know, what was on the market before this was just this part, just that jump seat. And it only gave you the lap belt option. You know, I've always hesitant on putting my kids in that situation. This evolved from Wilson's brainchild and wanted to become more family oriented with our products. I think he nailed it, hit it out of the park with this product. Well, thanks, Josh. Again, kind of stopped you in your tracks there, but I just want to show this off. I do like this part. Safety's paramount for us. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so this is the H2 that I mentioned in the intro to the last episode. We didn't get it in that day, but here it is today. The SUT is hands down my favorite model of all H2 models. So I do like this one. I want to showcase it briefly. Local customer, great guy. He's been driving this thing from Montana over to Florida, all over the place. Always love meeting with him and seeing what it got into on the road. We did a few things on this truck outside of the conversion. One being the textured finish on all the bolt-on parts. These are typical plastic, really. They bleed out from the sun exposure. So this UV stable texture coating we do is brilliant. I like it. Looks fresh, especially on the tonneau cover. You have a lot more mass. The hood grille, it really does look cool. We complemented the ride after the Duramax upgrade with a set of Bilstein shocks, and then we topped off that exhaust with an exhaust tip, which is kind of a nice little finish. I like the way this is a downfire exhaust off of our Duramax swaps. Under the hood is that Duramax LBZ. This is a California truck, so he's gone through the full California compliancy process. The door placard in the driver's side door is what the smog tech would scan when his smog sorter, when his registration is due. I like the H2. It fits like a glove, fits like a factory fit and finish, which is neat. Not taking anything away from the Duramax in the H1 platform, but this gives us a chance, I feel, for us to shine and look like that factory fit and finish. Paul Hyde out in Florida was instrumental in the design, the retrofit of this whole front clip area, retaining the same lockdown or hood straps with that extra intercooler that we added to the front. Obviously a great deal amount of material and components added right here. Not only in width, but in height. We actually dropped down the core support. We stretched it out with this all new core support top brace, which houses the radiator, the intercooler, and all the coolers that complement and keep this Duramax happy. You know, he's definitely benefiting and enjoying the fact that we equip these with the two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive transfer case, especially on those long over-the-highway trips that he's making. It's probably gaining a couple clicks on his miles per gallon over the factory all-wheel drive transfer case that comes equipped. He's up for his current service intervals. That's one thing that not everyone realizes. We don't just build these trucks. We are a full maintenance service station, both here and over that Florida facility. So he's here, bring it back to the originators, the guys that put the motor in there. We're gonna keep it up on the road, keep it running, keep those miles clicking on without any worries at all, keeping his confidence every time he reaches for those keys that this H2 or this Duramax is ready to perform. Yeah, after this service, he's now gonna be fresh, ready to rock and roll. Get himself over to Florida. I'm not sure if he's going to be heading right back here or zigzagging up to Montana, because again, he bounces between those two. He's putting on plenty of miles on this thing, which is great. I love to see this thing perform mile after mile, not letting him down. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate all the views and the comments. Please keep them flooding in. I love to read those. Love to see the feedback from you guys. They do not go unnoticed. Subscription button, notification button,